Now, I have had my RD400 for 12 years, and in those 12 years, I've evil twinned it out, changed parts, burned holes in pistons, tried different tires, put different carburetors on the bike, polished the engine, painted almost every part of the bike that I could, polished everything I possibly could. But the most fun has been the almost 10,000 miles I've been able to put on a bike since I owned it. And of course, because it was given to me by my beautiful bride Karen for a Valentine present, I will treasure it always, no matter what exhaust system or carburetors it has on it. Polishing that engine, a true labor of love. All of the parts that went into it, drilling the brake discs, among other things, painting the wheels, replacing some parts that needed replacing, and making some parts totally custom from scratch. It's been a great adventure. Now, the most amazing thing of all is how quick 12 years can go by and how quick 10,000 miles go on the odometer, and every one of them has been great. I always add a little two-stroke oil. I'm just old school, just in case. Every time we go on a ride with this bike, it is just more fun than the time before. It never gets boring. Anytime I go out on this bike, or any of the bikes, I think, how many things, this is a 1977, by the way, and I often wonder, what did I own in 1977 that I still own now? Boy, very, very few things. And then what things that I own in 1977 that I still enjoy? This bike, every time you go out on it, whether you go alone or with friends with 2 strokes or 4 strokes, it's always fun. Now, some of the parts I made from scratch, like the seat cowl, try to make it look like era-correct parts. I've had 3 different sets of shocks on the bike. I have 3 different exhaust systems, including 2 tuned pipes and 1 stock. It's always fun changing parts. Now, when I upgraded the original carburetors, I swapped them out for brand new Mikuni carbs from Sudco. It was supposed to be a lot easier than I thought it would be. It turned out to be a lot of little details had to be taken care of, and I was actually amazed how long it took me to do it. But I did make a dedicated video, so if anybody out there is anticipating swapping to brand new carburetors, it's not a plug and play by far. And check out the video on our channel of swapping out the carburetors. Evil twinning it out has always been a lot of fun, and one of the things I enjoy about it over the years and over the miles, some of the parts that I've gotten the economy cycle headlight, and that was a nice upgrade over the stock one. But again, there's a few little things you should know before doing a swap like that, and I did make a dedicated video on swapping out the headlight. It's worth watching. And of course, every 2-stroke owner in the world knows what this is. Boy, that's a bad memory. We were riding with Joe Roselli, and we just got a little bit carried away. I wouldn't say a lot. And of course, course, we made a dedicated video of replacing the pistons using muriatic acid to save the cylinders. Again, that's out on our channel. And you can use the playlist feature actually to find a lot of these, the repairs and the modifications. Use the playlist feature. Just dial in RD400 and they basically will all come up. Anyway, there's never a time when you go out on a two-stroke that you come home without having a big smile on your face. And it's hard to explain that to people that don't enjoy older bikes. Now, in the 12 years that I've owned this bike, I have done a lot of, I call them replica parts. These are the parts, one of Luciano's bikes. It looks just like mine, but you notice the paint on the top of the tank is different. So we did, I'm thinking we did about, over the course of the 12 years, probably 6 or 7. Each one is a little bit different. This is the one we did with a GS tank. Luciano had 2 of these at the same time I had mine. Now mine has the different paint on the top of the tank, and so I can identify these as time goes by. But I did paint a lot of them, and a lot of the side covers and fenders and whatnot. And this is really a labor of love. This turned out to be one of the good modifications for this is one of the ones, I think Ray still has this bike, or Malcolm. I'm not sure. Luciano did sell one of these, and maybe he sold 2 of them, I don't even remember. But they were ones that I painted. This is mine, of course, and I identify mine always as the ones with the lightning bolts on the top of the tank. But I designed each one of these paint jobs to be just a little bit different. They're not a copy of anything. This one had the little flip in the tail, and he had the real expensive exhausts on that. Those were custom-made exhausts. I think they were pretty expensive if I remember right. But we used to play, and they were all historically registered, of course, so they're basically free bikes. Back in the day and over the 12 years, we had so much fun with these. We painted many of Mark Morgan's two-strokes, and it just, as I look back 12 years, every one of these is a memory. Every one of the paint jobs is a little bit different. One of them had chrome fenders. This one, and this is mine, of course, has the yellow fenders, but I still have swapped out the fenders. This one has a fiberglass fender, a square headlight. It's just endless the amount of things you can do to evil twin out a two-stroke. And all these parts are available very conveniently online. Did a little repair on the RD400 that Ray has. That was my original, it was my original race bike, and he had a little issue. We had to repaint the tank, so I probably have painted 10 tanks. And when we used to have our two-stroke days with 2 or 3 or 4 guys all getting together with the two-strokes, it was like a time machine. It was like going back in time. Just wonderful. Now, what's special for me to remember is how many people still enjoy two-strokes. How many people watch the videos. How many people, these videos bring back some great memories of different times when they were younger. And these bikes, absolutely, there was a time when they ruled the world. What makes it all worthwhile, all the restoration work you do and all the buying two-stroke oil and whatever else goes into this, in the end, what makes it all worthwhile is these bikes are so nimble, so simple to work on, so easy to get right, And just, it's such a great a memory, I guess, for me, maybe a memory for you too, of when times were simpler and it was just great to get out on the open road. Now, if you're new to our channel, we have a very eclectic channel. One of the new features we have now is some of the videos are grouped into groups that you can access all the videos for one category in one mouse click. And it should be very convenient and very handy. Just check out the feature on the main screen playlist. And thanks to everybody for supporting the channel. We appreciate your support, and it makes this channel possible with all the things we do. The painting, the wheels, the polishing. And please take a second or two and hit the like button. And thanks everyone for watching.